Hey, what's up? This is Robin Adams, the co-founder of Footprint TV Network, which was recently acquired by Aru Brothers Studios and Ozzy Aru, the former president of Tyler Perry Studios. You are watching Amplified Exposure Live with Teresa B. Keep it locked. Don't turn it off. Ever.
Keep shining, let it shine, shine like a diamond. Keep shining, let it shine, shine like a diamond.
Good evening, Facebook. This is your girl, Teresa B, coming to you live and direct from Amplified Exposure Live. Woo! We got a hot show that we about to start. Oh, I'm so excited. Today, I have my guest, Tiffany Bynoe. She is so dope. She is an artist. We're going to find out how long she's been out, but I do know that she is the niece of my good friend, Howard Hewett. And she's coming on today because she has good music, new music, a book to talk about, and some other stuff. So she's here this evening, not just because she's dope like that, but she's here this evening because she likes me. So for those of you that are out there in La La Land, TV Land, Roku Land, listen up. We got a great show. She's so dope. She's so dope. Hey, Miss Tiffany, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Don't you like how people talk about you with you sitting right there so you can hear them? So happy to see your pretty face. Thank you for coming to my show today. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So for those of you that are out there, if you haven't paid attention, Tiffany is also going to be on the cover of the Heat Seekers magazine this month. So please be sure to check that out because she has some very, very enlightening things to say. And
absolutely.
Yes. So let's get started. Let's jump in real quick because you know I do this Larry King style and I just go with the flow.
I'm
so
ready.
Tell me, when did you start? Now I know you have an uncle that sings.
Yeah.
Did you follow after his footsteps, or was this something you started or created on your own?
Yeah, I actually did. He was the first one that I ever saw that, you know, on stage, and I could dream beyond that. So yeah, but I would have to say it had to be my grandmother, because the same story that my uncle has is the same story I have with my grandmother, because any opportunity that she got, you know, to put me on stage, she made sure she did that. And so early years, I had a lot of practice with that. But yeah, my uncle was a very big inspiration in that.
Awesome. So at what age did you know that you were going to be a singer?
You know what? A lot of people tell me not to tell this story, but hey, I'm telling it. When I was 3 years old, it's interesting. My mother used to tell me that, you know, when she would play like Natalie Cole or just different R&B artists, that I would just get on the floor and I would just vibe, you know, just vibe with it. And then the minute that she would stop playing the music, I would go crazy. And I would tell her to turn the music back on. So I believe that's when I really fell in love with vibration and, you know, the music and voices and things like that. So it goes back, you know, to when I was 3 years old and I fell in love with it.
Okay. So did you sing to the kindergarten teacher?
Huh?
Did you sing to your kindergarten teacher?
Oh my goodness. Not only did I sing to my kindergarten teacher, but guess what? I'm a lefty. And so my kindergarten teacher would always say, hey, Tiffany, you got to slant your paper. Because I would never write the proper way.
Well, I'm a lefty too. So
see?
Yeah, I feel your pain. We here. So growing up in school, well, first of all, did you go through K through 12? Because being in the, you know, a celebrity family, some people get, you know, taught at home. So were you able?
I did. And I tell you what, there were three things as a little girl that I said that I wanted to do. And I didn't realize how powerful, you know, words and decree and things were, you know. So I would say I wanted to do the Apollo Theater, I wanted to do Soul Train, and I wanted to win Grammys. Those were the three things that even, you know, I remember Saturday mornings when we would watch Soul Train. And I'm the only girl, so my brothers are sitting there like diehards into it. And so the minute that Soul Train Don Cornelius would do what he do, I'm jumping up, I'm going to be on there. And so I did those things. I was able to accomplish those things. At the age of 16, I did the Apollo Theater. I won the Apollo Theater 3 times. And so that was one I could check off. And then when I did under Tanae Williams, when I did Give 'Em a Love, I had a #3 Billboard hit, and I did Soul Train with the one and only Don Cornelius. So that was a wonderful dream of mine, So now I'm moving on to Grammys and other things as far as with these great things.
Yes. I was hoping that you would copy of your book. I was hoping. I'm gonna ask you about that in a few minutes because I definitely want you to share that.
Okay.
So in the process of this whole singing, I call it the singing thing. Yeah. At what age did you say, okay, this is going to be my career? It's a wrap. I'm never going to work a 9 to 5. I'm just going to do this.
Okay. When I was 16, when I did the Apollo Theater, they actually offered me a deal. And my mom was like, no, you're going to go home and finish high school, and I went kicking and screaming, but I went, and I finished high school. 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I moved to New York. And I was pursuing, different producers that I was looking at and, things like that. So 2 weeks after I graduated high school, it was time to go.
It was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Thanks to you. I wouldn't have to go to work.
Well, the interesting thing is that, life, some of the things that we don't think we're going to end up doing, life has a way of putting them in front of us, And so I remember, after I had the deal, I had my daughter, and my daughter was born with a heart condition. She had dextrocardia, and dextrocardia at that time, she was like the #3 child in the country to ever have it. So everything was fairly new, and and it was like she was like the hamster, let's see what's going on. So I had to really be protective of her, and so it put me in a position to where I ended up having to go get a 9 to 5 and work, you know what I'm saying, and take care of my baby and put my, make sure I had insurance, because she ended up having to have 2 open heart surgeries. And at the time, in the beginning, it was like, oh no, we don't want you to have babies or a baby, in the industry in that time, it's like, you have a baby, your deal is you're over,
Right.
And so that's kind of what ended up happening with me, is that I decided to choose life because I didn't breathe it. And, it just began to do it that way. But it just brought so many different, it evolved and it brought so many different parts of myself together to where now, as an artist, I know what I'm giving, I know what I want to give, and I'm making sure that it's on point to give. So.
Where's my little?
Okay.
There is nothing better than self-love. I'm telling you, there is nothing better than self-love. And so when you identify that and find out who you are,
yes,
you will not settle for anything less.
Nothing less. And as moms, wives, or women, we tend to take on so much that we are okay with putting ourselves second and third. And I am an advocate on encouraging women that, those things are okay. And there's a time for those things. But when that time does cease and it is your time, seize it and run with everything that you have,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. I had to learn that the hard way. It was marriage, then divorce.
Yeah.
And so it was, okay, I put everybody else first. Now it's me time.
That's
so
right.
So how do you take that alone time away from the industry, away from being a mom and a wife? Do you do anything spiritual, or is there like some meditation? Like, how do you handle that?
Yeah, I do. I'm very big on reading, the Word of God. I'm very big on my relationship with Him. So it's not only just reading, but it's actually dialogue and sometimes sitting and listening to what He might say, and things like that. So I'm very big on that. Also with my family, it's like they're so much a part of what I do that it's like there's never a moment when they're not there. Right. So it's my children and my husband. It's like they're always a part of everything. In fact, I was going to do some photos earlier today, and so my son, he's like, "Okay, Mom, here's this umbrella. Here, do this, do that." I'm like, "Boy, you too much." they're right there. Just go ahead, Mom. We're right here. So
that is awesome. Nothing better than family support. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so through this singing journey, we are here now, and you're coming out with some new music. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, I am coming out with some new music, and I am so in love with it. You know, and I think right now we need that. You know, remember the whole album of Luther Vandross, and you could just sit there and listen to it and just do whatever. Yeah, that's what we vibed. You know, Bruno Mars is really ripping it and doing his thing. I love Bruno Mars. Shout out to him. And I believe that this is a female version of not so much the pickup of what he does, but the love songs and the feedback of the background vocals and things like that. So yeah, I put a lot into it lyrically, and took a lot of time, you know, to really make sure that the songs individually, and the thing is that when people look at my music on YouTube, they're like, well, what do you do? What genre are you in? You know? And I said, that's exactly where I want you, because I don't have a genre. I love music. You know, now R&B, don't get me wrong, that R&B is like, it's just in there, you know, it's just in there, and there's no way around it. But all the other things I've learned throughout my journey of music, you know, like country, and they really come, you know, from us anyway. So, you know, all those things, you know, it's a smorgasbord of music. So, and you know, today when we listen to playlists, we have like so many different varieties of music that you know, that's pretty much what it is. It's a playlist.
Right. Someone is asking, can we get a song?
Ooh, can you get a song? Well, you know, I have a new song out, Make Me Say It Again. Okay. And I do a little bit of it.
Okay.
Oh, I believe you are an angel. All the heaven I need to see. You're the promise, everlasting. Where you are, I hope to be. That's it.
Girl, you better sing it, girl. Let me tell you something, Miss Tiffany. When I get married again, you're gonna be singing in my wedding, okay?
You got it, sis. You got it.
I'm just letting you know. Because people are gonna be falling out. First of all, they're gonna be surprised that I'm getting married again. It's gonna be your voice. So I can't wait, okay? So tell us about that wonderful book that you created. I saw the book covers, your management covers up front and back, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Tell us
well, you know, I wrote 2 books. The first book that I wrote is titled Ugly Duckling No More, and that one actually will be in this Friday. And that book talks about, you remember Noter, you remember the book Ugly Duckling? And you remember how Noter, how even in the midst of evolving on the outside, because he had hidden himself for so long, that when he came out, his mindset was still what he thought he looked like. And so, and it wasn't so much on the outside. It was what I really wanted to focus on was the heart of a thing, you know? And so sometimes what it is that we're so focused on, you know, I want you to focus on the inside and the things that you need to focus on to build yourself up, so that, you know, and then it's also talking about how when Noter finally got the guts to go out in the crowd, and the crowd embraced her, she didn't understand it. She's like, well, how are they embracing me? And I feel this way, or I look this way, and in the book, it'll tell you why I'm speaking like that, because I went through a lot of things as a little girl, and as, you know, throughout my journey, you know, even evolving to become a young lady, you know. And so as I went through those things, I had eczema and acne and a lot of things on my face that I went through. And so to think, you know, I always felt inadequate to get on stage. Well, I felt that way, but it didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't stop me, because that was the one place that I could dream. You know, that was the one place that I could no longer be myself. I could imagine to be whoever I wanted to be. Diana Ross, whoever, you know.
Right.
And so
Right.
throughout my life, I've learned to embrace certain things and accept certain things about myself. And not only that, I've learned to understand the importance, and like I said earlier, the power of our words, you know, because it all stems back from being a child and certain things being spoken to you. We don't realize that those things will begin to direct our adult life, you know. And if we're not careful and sensitive enough to say and look in the mirror at ourselves and say, this is a self-evaluation that I need to take, and it could take a whole lifetime sometimes, you know. And so that's my heart's desire, is to share early so that, you know, any generation can get it and run with it.
Awesome.
I know that they're great.
Awesome. Can you hold it up for the audience to see?
Absolutely. This is the Me book. This one is like it's made extraordinary. So it's like the sequel of Ugly Duckling No More, and it has like exercises in here where you can actually put yourself in those, you know, in the places of restoring, you know, the inward part of yourself. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. How many pages is that?
It's only it's only 130. It's
Only?
Yeah, this is a
You know how hard it is to write a book?
Listen, you have to realize I come from a family of book readers and authors, so it's like when I this to them. No, so, you know, but I did. The other one is a little lengthier.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, 130 for self-help and preservation, things like that. That's a pretty good length.
It is. And there's also pages in there where you can jot down things, you know, that may come to you as you fulfill your journey in that, you know. So it's not just about taking my, you know, information, but it's about taking the steps and then applying them yourselves, and then whatever results you get out of that, then you can write that down and implement that in your life, you know, for other people as well.
Awesome. And is it wherever books are sold?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. When did it come out, actually?
Well, actually, the books, it's not where it's going to be where all the books are sold, but we're in the process of right now, pushing everything right now. The final book the reason why this one hasn't gone out yet is because the final book, Ugly Duckling No More, is the one that I want to go out first. So, and that'll be on Friday. So,
gotcha. Do you have a release date?
I would say late fall. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the name of the new album that's coming out?
The album is going to be titled 1111.
1111.
Ask me why.
Why is it going to be called 1111? What is that about?
Well, the interesting thing is that during the process of, you know, doing my music and really just soul searching throughout this journey, not to mention that 1111 is also my birthday, but it's just been a number that has been in front of me for the past 7 years. Like, I don't know, on my Instagram or those that are watching on my Instagram or on my Facebook, I'm always posting, you know, because it's interesting. I'll be doing something and I say, hey, you know, I got to make a call. I'll make a call. And then there's 1111, or I'm doing something and there's that number. So I went to look that number up. And when I looked it up, it talks about how the universe is bringing the things that you desire to you. You know, you're drawing those things to you, you know. And so that is, you know, why the CD is titled 1111, because that was the real energy that, you know, pushed it.
Wow. Yeah. So what that means to me is I'm going to go play the lottery tonight. And I'm going to put in 1111. And when I win my million, I will give you a call and I will let you know. That is awesome. I'm really going to play that number, like seriously.
Yeah.
And so when does that come out?
Well, we're in the process of putting that out, I would say early summer. Early summer, we're going to be putting that out. Yes. We have the Make Me Say It Again single out now. I've done some collabs with, oh my goodness, Ben Tankard. And I always do collabs with my uncle, you know, and it's interesting because my uncle's funny because it took us a long time to figure out what kind of music we could do together. You know, I love love songs. He loved love songs. You know, it's like it don't work like that. You know. so my uncle is so funny. If you talk to him a lot, he has this little slang. You know, this little thing that he does with his mouth. And so, I said, so you know, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And so everybody's asking him, well, what kind of song are you and your niece gonna do? And he says, man, I can't do a love song with my niece. You know.
That's right, Uncle.
You know, and I'm sitting there like, definitely not, you know. So
definitely.
So we ended up writing a few songs. We have a song called That Real R&B. And one of the things that we, you know, wanted to talk about is just bringing back that real R&B that we grew up vibing and listening to, you know. So we talked about that. Then we have a couple of gospel songs that we did that's called titled Grateful. And so those are just things that my uncle and I have done like that are on the side. But back to my CD, I have collabs with Ben Tankard. I have one of the production team that I'm working with is called The Trillionaires. And that consists of Kyle Bynoe and Q and Troy. And I'm also working and waiting on some awesome music from Troy Oliver. So, and also I'm collabing with Father and C. So I'm excited about that.
Check you out. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah. You have all these people watching you right now. Let's see what we got.
Hey guys.
Jan Ellis. That's my auntie, by the way.
Okay.
Let me just put her on blast because she got a question. She says, and do you pronounce your name Tiffany or Tiffany?
Tiffany.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. She said, Tiffany, I'm seriously loving your strength and positive attitude. Wish you the best of everything. Your talent, brains, and beauty. Go you.
Thank you so much.
So that's from my auntie.
Oh,
she's so sweet. So yeah, and you had a Daryl LG60 Green. He's on YouTube watching you. That's the one that.
Okay.
Yeah, and everybody else is just hearting and liking and everything else.
Oh yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah. So I do appreciate you so much. I want you to hold up that book one more time.
Absolutely.
Let it soak in their brain. And that should be out in the fall. So let me tell you about Tiffany. Tiffany has a April edition of The Heat Seekers coming out. She has her record, her LP 1111 coming out in the summer. And then she has her book, Me, coming out in the fall. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And for those of you that want to become millionaires tonight, go out and play 1111.
Play 1111.
Because we're going to hit. We're gonna hit big, okay?
Yeah. Just let me know. I'll send you my Cash App. Okay.
You get 5% finder's fee. 5% finder's fee. Yup. So yeah, I really appreciate you so much, and I wish you the best in everything that you do. You're going to go far.
Thank you so much.
So honored to know you. Your book is going to inspire so many different women, because with everything going on in this world, we need more people like you to be an inspiration, to let women know that self-love is very important. So appreciate you for writing that book. So get her book, get her LP,
my book,
get the magazine.
Yes.
And if somebody wanted to reach you after today, how would they do so?
You can reach me on all social media platforms as Tiffany Bynoe Me. That's Instagram, Tiffany Bynoe Me, Facebook, Tiffany Bynoe Me, YouTube, Tiffany Bynoe Me. And yeah. And you can always inbox me. I'm always communicating with my fans and with my friends. And, you know, I especially at a time like this, you know, where everybody is so isolated, and this is pretty much what we have, you know, I love to communicate, you know, so.
Yeah. And we definitely have to have you back again when we have, when COVID is all over. Maybe you can even perform for us. That would be awesome.
I would love to.
And if I'm trying to get married on that day, I will.
What you doing?
I'll make sure that I give you heads up before you come on the show. It ain't happening.
Yeah, double whammy.
It ain't happening. So I want to go out with one of your songs, and I was listening to it today. Your voice is beautiful. The name of the song is Free. Some of you have heard it before. This is a remake, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes.
All right. So we're going to go out with Tiffany's song Free. And again, if you want to reach her, inbox her. She is also up for performances when yeah.
Yes, we're right now putting a schedule together, and so yes, I'm definitely up for this year. Once everything is over, you'll definitely see your girl out performing.
Awesome. So get in contact with her, guys, and play 1111 soon. Thank you so much, Miss Tiffany. You have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
And from Akron, Ohio, let's welcome an enormously gifted young lady as she joins us to do her latest single.